John O'Leary coming to you from Horse Problems Australia, and welcome to my weekly podcast, which is about the subject of horses being out of control, a bit like kids these days really, and especially at feed times. Horses judge amateur owners' worthiness to own them at feed time and in the round pen during lunging, and they are continually assessing us as to our suitability to be an owner to them and whether they respect us or not, and it gets down to respect. This young fella here arrived a couple of days ago and bounced out of the float in the car park like Muhammad Ali, jumping all over the top of his owners and trying the front feet and knocking everyone down that he could reach. Completely out of control. The owner's husband has trouble around the place at feed time. The owner hits him with polypipe and he ignores her, and that's typical of a horse where they get out of the box, and this horse is right out of the box. Even though he's had 2 sessions with me in the round pen and have improved his overall behaviour a bit, but this is the first time I've fed him because he's right back here today, and we're going to do this for this podcast. Now, on my website, on my problems index, there is an article about the high dangers at feed time, and it is so true, it is so important, it is unbelievable. If you haven't got their respect at feed time, you basically are going to get everything all the way up to being bucked off by horses because of their assessment and putting it over you at feed time. But if you set rules at feed time, and I'll show you with this horse what my rules are with all horses, you can then start to take control of horses, and they will give you far less grief and follow you better and are more trainable, and everyone has a better life. If this horse continued like this down the track, there's a big chance that he'd end up being sold and sold and sold, and one of his buyers is going to be the gentleman from the abattoirs, and the next thing, this lovely horse here could end up with his head on the floor of the abattoirs. That happens all over Australia on a regular basis, and so we're here to try and save this bloke's life. Now, one of the first rules about feeding horses is that you must never allow them to be here at the gate. He must never invade the gate, let alone us. But I'm going to allow him because I want to see what happens when I walk in this yard, just so that this horse can tell me what is happening at home with Mummy. So we'll see how we go. Now, he's got just a little bit of respect for me after 2 sessions, as I said, luckily, otherwise I wouldn't have got in the gate. But he will persist and persist and persist and turn the back end at me, and he's deciding here now whether he actually will even rise above me and ignore me and not go away at all and come in here, spin around, kick my head off, which is another very dangerous thing about these horses. I walked in here just earlier and he tried to double barrel me twice. Unfortunately the camera wasn't here then. So we'll start again, and this is not a case for natural horsemanship, touchy-feely or anything else, because we've got to sort this young horse out immediately and get respect. So there are no 0 to 10s on the scale with these horses, and all of you people with horses out of control at feed time, this is what you do, and you take control, full stop, end of story, because he would kick your head off, this horse. You can see the head in the air, the attitude. He's in a real smart mood. So your best shot is with you a lunge whip, with me an Australian stock whip, and we will walk in and we will simply send him out of our space. He saw it, very cunning. He's a very cool customer, this horse. I like this horse actually. He's going to be a very good horse. And give him one, see the kick in the air? That's attitude. Give him one fair over the backside. And a second if you need to. And then just say that we had our feed bin here. We would feed our horse. Now he's not going to know what the rule is and what we're trying to train him, but over the next few days I shall, and so having got him away over there, which is where they have to be at feed time, put your feed in, stand between the feed and the bin, and then invite him up. Good boy. Good boy. Now most of them will come up, and when he does, or we can walk to him. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. And we will just give him one pat on the head. Good boy. Good boy. Forget your name already, mate. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. He's a good boy. One pat on the head, go. Leave him alone. Have nothing further to do with the horse whatsoever. Don't pat him, groom him, go near him, leave him alone. Feed time is now his. That's his quality time. Nothing to do with us. If we do, we're asking for trouble. Now, every time from now on, for the next week, I'll walk in here with a stock whip. Probably won't have to use it. If you can see his face there now, he's starting to look more cow down, bow down, or he was. He won't know how to use this bin. He's only just arrived here. This is a very unusual feed bin, but that doesn't matter. When he realises there's some pellets in there and how he can eat, that's fine. But that's the system. So forget sophistication, just walk in and take control, and tomorrow I will hit him from outside the gate here, over the top of the fence, cross his back with a stock whip to get him away from the gate, which is another rule they must not break. Then walk in, feed, turn around, invite him up, one pat, walk out, horse fixed. And then we're on the road to the horse respecting us on the ground, and then he just may not buck us off on a saddle, and we would have saved his life. Okay, catch you next week.